Sige, eto na direct, the most recent. Can't Buy Me Love.
Hmm.
Parang hindi ko kasi ito pwedeng palagpasan because I was a fan.
Talaga, thank
Oo,
you.
super na-enjoy watching it. Although may mga parts na hindi ko na napanood. Pero parang ano lang
Hmm.
yun, 2 weeks siguro. Then bumalik din kasi nga ang ganda ng kwento, no? Pero siguro for starters, bakit ganitong klaseng show yung napili niyo for Don Bell? Because normally, when if it's a love team show,
Hmm.
usually it's focused on them. Hindi dark. Hindi ito, yun nga, may mystery involved. Tapos may sinosolve na crime. Pero may romance pa rin.
Yeah, kasi originally, the peg was like Crazy Rich Asians na rom-com. Ganon talaga yung concept nung una, nung pinitch sa akin. Tapos, they pitched it to me. I was in the US noon, mga February yon. Nung bumalik ako, nag-repitch sila kasi sabi nila na parang nag-iba yung directive ng management. Which is, I I see that or I saw that and I agree with it because hindi na lang basta rom-com ang hinahanap ng tao. Kumbaga parang because of
Yeah.
um kumbaga parang kailangan mo siyang dagdagan ng something that would that people will watch pa about the show. Big ang mystery suspense nung time na yon. Maybe because of the exposure to, so much content. 'Di ba? Ang dami-daming available content.
Yeah.
Tapos, dahil ang daming available content, parang yung yung gusto nila na marami silang, yung heightened ang senses. They're on their toes. Gusto nila na they're at the edge of their seats. Gusto nila pag nanonood sila, hindi na lang basta kikiligin. So, and nung time na yon parang the trend, ang nauuso was, parang yung mga suspense. So, they mixed it. It's actually very complicated kasi mahirap i-mix talaga kahit sa Too Good, that was my challenge. Ang hirap ma-in love pag merong mga namamatay or merong
Ay,
mga,
kasi oo, ang Too Good, meron ding search yan di ba?
oo, pag meron kang mystery plot, ang hirap mag-in-lovance in the middle of yung mga may concerns ka na ganyan. So, it's always a challenge kung paano titimplahin. And it's a good thing that I came from a similar genre na medyo ganun yung timpla nung Too Good na napunta dito. Although yung family drama ng Can't Buy mas mataas.
Yeah.
But kumbaga meron na akong exposure or experience with that.
Mm-mm.
So, kaya napili yon because of course, gusto nila na maiba because they did He's Into Her, which is rom-com, di ba? Which is ganon. Iba naman, para maiba naman. And it worked. Nag-work naman siya. Na-pull off naman, na isulat ng creative team na mix yung romance and the mystery suspense element kahit may namamatay, kahit na merong mystery na nagaganap. Nagkaka-inlove naman ng mga characters.
Mm-mm. Correct. So how was Don Bell? I mean, kasi first time niya din to work with them here, di ba? Tama ba?
First time with Donnie.
Ah, yeah,
Si
oo.
Belle, I worked with her. Siyempre, nung bata siya, nandun siya sa, um, anong movie yon? Can't Help Falling in Love.
Oh,
Sister
yeah,
siya ni
yeah, yeah,
Kat.
yeah.
Oo. And then after that, I worked with her sa Four
Oh,
Sisters.
yeah, Four
Mhm.
Sisters.
Tapos nun, itong, yung
Can't buy.
CBML. So, ano to standard ko to na ginagawa before I do a project. I sit down with my actors. Nakikipagkwentuhan lang, ganyan, touch base, just to see, and then asking them what their expectations are, especially pag bago ko silang katrabaho. But even yung hanari, like Kathniel, umuupo ako with them kahit na kilala ko na sila. Kasi, syempre, people evolve, people change, di ba? Maraming nagbabago sa relationship, sa dynamics. So, eto, inupo ko yung dalawa because I wanted to get to know them. I wanna see ano yung values nila sa kwentuhan. Maano mo na mapipick up mo yun eh. what works for them, what doesn't work for them, ganyan. I I talk to them as a couple and individually. So silang dalawa, ganyan. And alam mo yun, gaya nung kay Sam, si Donnie, dahil first time ko siya noon, may mga tao na may chemistry kayo kaagad. You really get along right away from the get-go. Parang, ano to, I'll get along with this person. Ramdam ko na. Na-feel ko yun kaagad dito kay Donnie. And then, both Belle and Donnie, ang nakakatuwa sa kanila kasi, yung level ng, alam mong, work tayo, Lika, work tayo. Ganun sila. Tsaka yung parang they're taking on new challenges. So, kumbaga parang Donnie has never played a role like this. And nung nag-immersion
Yeah.
kami, sobra siyang excited. As in, gusto niya kumain ng street food. Na parang ako, Donnie, dali, relax ka lang, sandali. Huwag kang masyadong wag kang masyadong dyan, maligalig. Kasi nga, parang lahat gustong itry, gustong gawin, ganyan. So yung nag-shoot nga kami sa Binondo, kumaga ano yung binebenta doon, makikita mo dumarating, kumakain, nguya ng nguya, ang daming binibili din sa mga street food. Parang sarap, direct, tikman mo to. Oh. So that's why he was able to get into character. Kasi talagang, tsaka nakikipag-usap siya sa mga tao, yung kapitbahay, ano po kinakain nyo? Yung ganon silang, ganon si Donnie. Si Belle naman, parang sabi niya, tinitimpla niya kasi sanay siya dun sa character na parang yung masyadong magalaw, ganon. Eh yung character niya, di ba, deadpan, ganyan. So,
Yeah, oo.
nahirapan din siya nung start. So sabi niya, wow, this is so different from me kasi nga, ano ako eh, ganon siya, di ba? Madaldal, ganon, ganon. So, hindi ka dito ganon, deadpan ka, ganyan. So, kailangan. So, basta sila, what do I need to do? How do I do it? And they also really depend on the director. The trust is, they gave me their trust and I really appreciate that they gave me their trust. Yung talagang, alam mong nakipag-usap sa akin, discussing scenes with me. They have suggestions. They also have
Mhm.
comments na parang, will I do this? Or parang ganyan na, natutuwa ako kasi nakikita ko yung growth nila as actors, given that
Yeah.
yung background nila hindi pa kasing extensive as, the other love teams or other actors that I've worked with. Yung nakakatuwa na they're so gung-ho to do their scenes, ano sila. Although, syempre, di ba, like kawawa nga si Belle kasi siya lagi yung, itatapon sa tubig. Siya yung,
Oo nga.
siya yung tatalo ng free falling sa building. Sabi niya, direk ba't naman ako lagi yung ganito? Sabi ko, ikaw yung sinesave eh. Ikaw yung nahulog sa tubig. Tapos ikaw yung ganyan. So,
Oh.
tas ito namang Donnie, lumalabas ang ang dugo ng lolo niya. Gustong maging action star, gustong tumalon without a harness. Parang ako, hoy Donnie, hindi pwede, no? Safety first tayo. Sabi niya, ano yan? Sabi ko, alam ko matangkad ka na maiksi lang yan sa'yo. Pero anything can happen on set. And it's not gonna
Yeah.
happen under my watch. So, dapat ikaw ay may safety, may harness, ganyan. But yun nga, nakakatuwa because talagang heart and soul. And I think
Mhm.
that's the secret there, yung heart and soul. Tapos nun, um, kagaya nga ng ibang love team, meron silang dynamics. They know how to work with each other. Siyempre, and they're only human, merong moments na parang hindi nga, ganyan-ganyan, nagkakainisan din. Pero alam mong hindi naman siya yung level ng parang may animosity. Um, Hindi yung talagang away-away na ano.
Away.
But, yeah, but alam mo that pag work tayo. Ano sila, 100%. And makikita mo
Yeah.
na they discuss it silang dalawa. Tipong makita mo laging may hawak na iPad itong sila Donnie na nagbabasa na gano'n. Tapos talaga nagme-memorize. Tapos talagang nagtatanong siya na parang, what does this mean? Or how do I say this? Or parang, paano ba ito? Yung parang nakakatuwa. I really appreciate actors who come to the set prepared and
Mhm.
who really take acting seriously, hindi linalaro or hindi yung parang alam mo ano sila dito, artista, 'yun.
Direk, syempre, ang isa sa mga talagang big factors of CBML is yung hunt, kung sino pumatay kay Divine, di
Ha,
ba?
oo, yeah,
And
yeah,
of
yeah.
course, ayun nga, meron namang ano niyan, available naman on YouTube kung paano yung naging journey, ganyan.
Mhm.
Pero direct, if you can share your anecdote na shooting yung scene ni Shaina to the events leading to sino ba ang gagawin yung killer.
Okay, kasi nung ano, nung sinabi na sa amin na, magme-mystery, may mystery aspect itong show. May suspense and of course, nung start pa lang ng show, sabi, we need to have an arc. Kumbaga parang we already have to
Yeah.
yung ano yung nakaano natin umbrella na kwento na yan ang susundan natin and then parang may grand reveal sa dulo. So when we were meeting about it, the original killer was parang inaano was either Wilson or si Albi, si Charleston.
Ah, hindi man lang si Cindy, ah.
Hindi. Kasi easy sila na
Well, yeah,
pagsususpetsahan.
oo.
And then unlikely yung father. And then parang surprising din yung brother. And then so kinuwento nila kung ano yung parang magiging takbo ng kwento. Sabi ko parang okay naman. But I left, 'di ba? I did rewind, ganyan. So, nanonood ako kasi nung nagre-rewind ako, hindi na ako nakasampa sa creative meeting. Sila na yon. So, nung nanonood ako, sabi ko, oh, can you repitch lang kung ano na yung kwento? So, nung sinabi nila na they're still working on the same, Charleston and Wilson, sabi ko, so napapanood ko lang ha, this is me coming from, outsider, di ba? Sabi ko parang predictable. Parang feeling ko mahuhulaan yan ng audience. Kasi nung time na yon when I joined, it was around January. Well, December, nag-meet na kami noon. Tapos January ako talaga nag-shoot. Sabi ko na parang mahaba pa yung tatakbuhin. By that time,
Yeah.
mahaba pa. So parang by that time, magiging obvious na, parang mauubusan na na. Ano. But with what I'm seeing sa mga minamount or sa mga umeere, parang may hunch na ako or na sila. Sabi ko, baka can we explore somebody who is yung parang totally, alam mo yung unexpected, yung yung curveball talaga na parang, oh, hindi ko in-expect yun na parang ganon. And I told them that I watched a series before na foreign na nung pinapanood ko, nanghuhula ako habang pinapanood ko. Kumbaga, parang sharing my experience as a viewer. Na nung ending, nung pinakita kung sino yung killer at hindi ko nahulaan, galing na galing ako dun sa show. Kasi parang feeling ko, sana ganun ang maging experience ng audience natin. Na sa dulo, nung pag-reveal na finally, ha? Gaganon lahat. Na parang, oh my gosh, I didn't see that coming. Parang ganon. So, so nag-create sila ulit ng ano. And then, meron na silang binubuo. Nagkataon, nung day na yon na ipipitch na sa amin, maaga ako sa office, napaaga ako sa meeting ng bongga. Ang aga-aga ko noon. And then timing, the creative manager, si Henry, was also there very early. Tapos timing, nalilate yung iba, producers, the other directors, ganyan. Tapos si Des, the BUH of Star Creatives, came early too. So sabi niya, wala pa ba yung iba? Tapos nalaman niya I was there and Henry was there. Sabi niya, pumasok siya sa room and then sabi niya, tayo munang tatlo mag-usap. So nag-usap kaming tatlo and then pinitch ni Henry sa amin yung idea na si Bettina. Sabi ko gusto ko siya. Gustong-gusto ko siya kasi parang hindi yan na may expect ng tao. And then si Des agreed. So sabi niya ganito, we're not telling the others. We're not telling the staff. We're not telling the other directors. We're not even telling the other writers. Na imposible naman because siyempre susulat nila yan. Pero parang Henry was going to write it. So talagang parang, sabi niya, the minute ikwento mo yan sa staff, sabi niya, sure yan, malileak na yan. And we don't want people to know.
Yeah.
So sabi niya, basta yun yung ano, yun yung plan. Okay, so wala. Yung mga artista nagtatanong na. Sabi, sino, nag-meeting na daw kayo? Sino daw? Sinong papatay? Sabi, walang may alam. Ang may alam lang yung nga yung tatlo. And then, sabi, ha? So, when I would mount scenes, kasi sa akin napupunta yung mga all-star cast, most. Basta ang bilin ko lang pag ibang director ang mag-shoot ng all-star cast, sasabihin ko lang, always take material of all of them looking suspicious. So parang
Oo
laging
nga.
bigyan ng reaction shots, lahat sila magbigay ng reaction shots na parang mga ganyan o kaya parang merong tinatago. Lahat sila. So, yung eksena sa Mausoleo, yung sinasabi di ba yung si Ben, di
Oo.
ba? So, nung time na yun, nung sinushoot namin yun, syempre nag-set up pa, ganyan. Naririnig ko nagkikwentuhan yung mga artista. So, tinatanong ko sila, who do you think the killer is? Sabi, I think it's my mom. Gumaganon sila Kyla, gumaganon sila, sila Maris. I think it's my mom. Mom, ikaw yan. Tapos sabi ko, ikaw Agot, who do you think it is? Sabi niya, parang ako. Gumaganon siya. Tapos sabi ko, o ikaw Ruel, tingin mo sino? Parang ako eh. So nakakatawa yung lahat sila may ganong pakiramdam na
Mm-mm.
parang ako, lahat sila ganon yung feeling nila. Tapos nun, so tapos magbibigay ako ng reaction shots. Give me a reaction shot like this. Give me a reaction shot like this. Tapos minsan, nagdagdag ako ng line kay Kyla na hindi niya naisip na planting ko na pala yon. Kasi may sinabi na, she's family, or parang she's a relative, gumanon yung si Charleston. Wala to sa script, pinadagdag ko. Sabi ko, Kyla, say this line. She is not family, remember that, parang about the
Be,
mom of
Caroline.
Caroline. So, parang hindi niya alam na clue na pala yon. Ganon siya kagalit sa nanay ni Caroline. She is not family. Parang, sorry, okay. So, parang dagdag lang. And ginawa ko, minsan pag nagbibigay ako instructions na ganon, mukhang parang very spur of the moment. Parang, ay, dagdag mo nga itong line na to, ganyan, sige nga, okay. Oh, parang hindi mukhang emphasis. 'Di ba? Parang walang emphasis. Hindi niya naiisip na parang, ay, importante pala yung dinagdag na yon. So, meron akong mga ganong ways to, kahit sa set, walang makaisip. Pero naguhulaan sila. And then when we were going to shoot na yung actual killing, yung flashback, syempre, by that time, alam na ng isang producer. Tapos wala pa rin may alam sa staff. So sabi, sinong i-call? Paano natin to i-shoot? Kasi hindi alam. So sabi ko, call all these actors. So sinabi ko sino-sino. Tapos, ang script lang na meron kaming hawak was the script for the actual. So, ang ginawa ko, nagdagdag ako ng script, ako sumulat na, oh, ito yung mga iba, para meron silang or magbibigay lang ako ng instructions na parang, may script ba to? Wala eh. Ikikwento ko na lang, ako na lang bahala, kikwento ko na lang. Kasi nga, ano lang yun, additional lang. So,
Ah.
kumbaga nag-abala talaga kami na nakunan yung mga additional na yun na kahit sila, ano kaya dito yung totoo? Pero, oh my goodness, how I love my actors. Kasi 100% actingan nila na
Oo.
parang as in talaga si Agua talagang inano niyang gano'n, tapos yung tingin niya, ay, hindi pala siya yung sumaksak, parang tiningnan lang niyang gano'n. Ay, na meron siya isang ginanon din yan.
Ah.
So sabi ko, lahat kayo, pati si Chris Villanueva, nung sinaksak din niya, acting sila lahat, bigay na bigay na parang na hindi yung, hindi naman sure kung ako yan eh. As in, sila. Tas pati yung dun sa dulo na yung kung sino yung nakulong, kinunan ko sila na iba-ibang nakulong. Kasi nga hindi
Yeah,
nila, di
oo.
ba? Nakakatuwa kasi lahat sila talaga pag kunwari sino man yung nakulong, sila, 100% yung binibigay nila, hindi yung nauubos. I think it also helps kasi mga last taping days na yon. So, kumbaga nagpapaalaman na, yung parang malungkot na last days na natin to.
Yeah.
So, pag yung mayakap sila, it's like saying goodbye to their characters, saying goodbye to the mom, parang ganyan. But they were all so game about it. And nakakatuwa because si Kyla only had the feeling na kung na siya yung killer, I think second to the last taping day. Third to the last taping day.
Mhm.
Because, and then she wasn't even sharing it. Sabi lang niya parang, oh shit, parang ano Sabi ko, what? Nothing, nothing direct. Pero parang nararamdaman niya kasi sabi niya, nung tinanong ko siya later on, sabi niya, hindi kasi naramdaman ko lang kasi bakit, yung nandun sa hideout, nung pumunta siya, sabi niya parang medyo nagkinutuban daw siya na bakit ako umalis dun sa scene.
Mm.
Pero kahit nung kinukunan ko yung mga phone call, binibigyan ko sila ng instructions like si Agot. Sabi ko, because you did it. Akala niya na parang, because you did it, you're guilty kasi ngayon may nadadamay na kaya na umiiyak ka dito. Niya, okay, okay, okay. Pero
Oh,
hindi niya alam na
so
hindi siya,
even that na yung pinuntahan siya ni Rowell na pupuntahan
yung
si
sa
Manong
bahay,
Oo, hindi pa
oo,
niya alam.
hindi niya alam. Yung nandun
Oh.
kami, yung sa kasal, yung ano,
Oo.
yung I think it was, no, sorry, taping day yon. Pero yung nandun sa kotse sila going to the hideout, yung nasa van,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
hindi nila, iyak lang ng iyak si Agot nun. Sinasabi ko lang sa kanya, may dadadamay na tao dahil sa'yo. Although totoo naman, kasi sa totoo, may nadadamay naman talaga. 'Di ba? Dun sa because of what happened in the past, yung mga away-away nilang mag-asawa. But hindi in the context of dahil ikaw yung pumatay.
Aba, ang
So
galing.
marami silang ganyan na parang so and then kahit sila sila Joao, sabi ko, give me a look, give me a look. So sometimes si Joao would say na parang ako yata yung killer. I think it's me. Sabi ko, why? Why do you think? Tatanungin ko. Tapos sasabihin, no kasi parang troubled yung past ko tsaka yung in-explain niya yung details. But the writers were the ones who planted all those details so that everyone will be at the edge of their seats thinking of who the killer is.
Mm. Direction note niyo na yung eksena ni Bettina with all the reveal na ginanon niya
Oo.
si Caroline. So yon,
Oo.
alam na nilang lahat yon. O meron
By
ba doon na
then,
iba? Sila lang ang doon lang nila nalaman nung nangyayari na yung eksena?
well, if I had time, I was going to shoot alternatives pa. But wala na akong oras but I was ready to shoot alternatives. Na biglang sisigaw yung isa na, ako ang pumatay, stop it! Meron akong ganun dapat.
Okay. So si Bettina lang din talaga yung nandun sa
No
eksena
time.
na yon. Pero if ever, meron kang ibang, how do you call this? Parang execution na marireveal
Oo.
kung sino.
Originally, but I didn't have the time. Kasi nga,
Oo.
it was our last taping day na. Tapos, kumaga parang, syempre may action, may car chase. And those are the real scenes. So, kailangan nyo ng karirin mo more than yung
Oo.
mga paglinlang lang.
Correct. So alam na nila nun na si Bettina na.
By then, they knew na.
Ano reaction ng mga tao?
Actually, they knew, pero hindi sure. Parang kasi nga may kinuna na iba, napapaisip din sila, ano ba talaga? Kumbaga para silang mga confused kids, hindi na nila alam kung ano yung totoo.
So
But they were
merong,
ano,
okay.
they were parang aso si Bettina na, ano yung kinuna natin? Basta sa abangan nyo na lang. Ginaganon ko pa rin sila. But parang hindi si Bettina na yan. Parang, so ganun pala nangyari. So, they all had to sign an NDA.
Kaya nga, my
So,
gosh.
kaya hindi lumabas yan dahil may pumirma. Dahil sabi, wala akong pambayad ng NDA. Ay, pag nag-leak ako. So, kaya hindi lumabas. Pero, by then, alam na nila, medyo nalilito lang. Dahil kasi parang, teka, di ba, kinunan yung ganyan, saan lalabas? Hindi, basta.
Pero ang galing direk walang inkling talaga ang kahit na sino at lahat natakot sa NDA.
Oo, sobrang natakot sila doon. Kasi nga, si Des ang nakaisip niyan, papirmahin ng NDA lahat ng tao. Kahit yung kahit yung nasa ambulansya na dumating sa set na
Mm-mm.
talent, o papirmahin ng NDA yung mga nasa ambulansya.
That was how strict it was talaga.
Yes. Kasi
Mhm.
pinag-uusapan eh. Isang leak lang yan, sira yung lahat ng effort ng
Oo,
tao.
yeah, sayang.
Mm. So, Talagang naisip niya talaga na, "Ay, hindi pa NDA lahat ng tao." It was Des who thought of that.
Direk, a last question ko for Can't Buy Me Love. Why an ending like that? Na open-ended pero may sakit si Bingo.
Kasi ano eh, well, one, noon, ano yan, much debated sa creative meetings namin. Ako ayoko siyang magkasakit. Ayoko siyang mamatay. Yung iba, gusto siyang mamatay. Ganun, as in extreme. Walang in between. Parang either gustong buhay or gustong patay. Yung iba, sinasabi nila, gusto ko siyang patayin kasi iba siya. It's not your usual teleserye na namatay yung bida.
Yeah.
Na parang ganun ang magiging ending. Sabi ko, but this is a love team. Hindi po pwede siyang patayin. Hindi to basta yung parang ano lang. So parang yun yung mga ano namin debate. So ang ginawa as a compromise ay open-ended.
Yeah. Okay. So, para
Mm.
nag-meet lahat. Pero,
Kumbaga, kayo na lang ang mag-isip kung namatay o hindi.
ah,
Basta ganyan yung ano niya, yung eksena.
bakit sila nag-lead sa gano'n na biglang nagkasakit si Bingo?
Hindi, kasi doon pa naman sinasabi na, o yung pagkabunggo niya sa ulo, major yun ah. Parang hindi yan pwedeng matapos yung show na walang nangyari sa kanya dahil sa pagkakabunggo sa pilot. Kumbaga parang,
Mm.
si Bingo kasi, di ba yung character niya is a man for others and hindi siya humihingi ng kapalit. So, kumbaga parang, and then kumbaga parang may kapalit talaga yung mga nangyari sa kanya noon sa pagse-save niya. And yung pag-save niya naman kay Caroline, hindi lang yung literal saving, but in the end, when Caroline, kumbaga parang ito yung ano justification kasi nung sinasabi nila na papatayin si Bingo. Caroline continues to live, but she's learned to love. Kumbaga parang marunong na siya and she's open to loving. Kumbaga hindi lang, tsaka parang yun yung ano yun yung tragedy ng buhay niya. Na, kumbaga parang it's a tragic love story. Ganun siya. Hindi siya yung parang, it's not a rom-com, it's not yung romance na parang, oh, happily ever after. It's different. Ganun talaga siya. The tragedy is the one person na parang nagpakita ng ganong love sa kanya ay mamamatay pa. But it doesn't end there. In reality, di ba? Life
Yeah.
goes on. And there are people who will benefit from the love that you receive because you will be giving it back because now you have
Yeah.
compassion for others. Now, di ba? Now she belonged to a new family, which is the family of the Binondo people. Tapos nagkaroon ng healing din naman. Kumbaga, in time, magkaka-healing sa sarili niyang family. But kumbaga nagkaroon na ng healing dun sa part na alam mo na kung sinong alam mo na ano nangyari sa mother mo. Now you can actually live.
Mm-mm.
Yun.
Kasi nga, all her life, yun ang hinahanap niya kung sinong
Oo.
pumatay, di ba?
Oo. Oo.
Pero nakakaloka yung naging option na siya rin ang pumatay, di ba? But it was never naman the plan to
No.
really,
Hindi naman siya hindi naman siya na-consider. Kasi parang sabi nila, wala na, ang hirap na ma-in love pag ganun. Kaya kailangan matuto yung character mo na magmahal. Bigyan mo naman siya ng moment na natuwa na nakinasal siya and all. Pero yun na yung kwento ng buhay ni Caroline.
mhm,
Hindi yan matututo, kumbaga magiging ano na siya to love kapag siya yung pumatay. Meron na yung, may disturbance na yan internally. Iba na yung kwento.
yeah. So direct may I understand na medyo multi naman ang protagonist dito. Like, silang dalawa, di ba? Pero Caroline talaga to.
Parang it's ano parang kumbaga Bingo and Caroline. Kasi 'di ba si Bingo ang may goal dito?
Yeah, oo eh.
'Di ba? Parang sila may goal naman actually. Pero 'di ba parang ang ano dito is si Bingo gusto magka 1 million dahil pag nakita niya yung nanay niya, 'di ba? Siya yung may
Yes.
ganun eh.
Mm-mm.
So yun yung goal niya nun. But in the process, he learns to kumbaga ang ano nun ay na sa pag-reach niya ng goal na yun, na-meet niya tong babaeng ito. At yun na yun, nagkagulo-gulo na yung life niya.
Oo.
Hindi niya akalain na yun ang magdadala sa kanya para ma-meet yung mother niya and that he realizes that 1 million doesn't matter.
Mhm. Yun din ang isang question ko direct. Bakit kailangan patayin ng mother? Kasi yun nga eh, si Bingo din, hinahanap niya yung character ni Ina Raimundo, di ba? And then, only for a
Mm.
short reunion.
Oo. Kasi hindi siya magiging hardened at hindi siya ma-motivate kapag hindi namatay yung nanay niya na lumaban, 'di ba? Ang magiging ano niya ay kumbaga parang 'di ba yung mga ganyan yung Dark Night of the Soul. Yun yung
Mm-mm.
kailangan ng character. Yun yung minsan kailangan mo ng mga, syempre this is a soap. And of
Yeah.
course, 'di ba, pag kunwari sa mga soap, kailangan mo ng mga ganong tragedies to change the character. Kasi kung hindi, ganyan lang siya, gaganon lang ng konti. Pero 'di ba pag kunwari ito siya, just as may in love na sila, something tragic happens and it changes him and nagbago siya. So magiging iba yung decisions that he will make. So, dahil doon, mag-iiba yung ano, ma-affect yung love story nila, mako-complicate. That's why nasusundan mo yung kwento, nagkakaroon
Yeah.
ka ng kwento. Kasi kung
Mm-mm.
hindi wala kang kwento. Parang ang nangyayari lang sa inyo ay in love kayo, tapos nun lumalaban kayo together, but there's no conflict. It's the conflict, the struggles that make the story
Yeah.
interesting.
Mhm. Yun, napakaganda ng kwento ng Can't Buy Me Love.
Thank
Direct,
you.
sayang, wala na tayong time. Syempre, ko na-consider ko din yung inyo and then yung mga time natin, Ang dami pa sana for your movies. But I guess we'll just make another series about that,
Sure.
di ba?
Sure, sure,
Oo, but
sure.
I guess, Direct, syempre, maganda din na makapagkwento ka ng konti about the progress of It's Okay to Not Be Okay since that's
Mhm.
your upcoming show.
Yeah. Well, yung It's Okay to Not Be Okay, malapit na kaming mag-shoot ng last leg namin.
So
But
it's
it's a long leg. It's a long
okay.
cycle. It's a very long cycle kasi marami pa kaming kukunan. And this proves to be very challenging for me. Challenging because meron kang original na
It's
pinagbabasehan.
your first time, no?
Yeah, it's my first time to do an adaptation. I mean, yung isa kasi prequel, yung Four Sisters, which
Yeah,
is also
that's it.
challenging.
Uh,
Pero kasi may limitation talaga yon dahil pandemic nun eh.
yeah.
This one, of course, syempre level up K-drama. And I've never done an adaptation. And ang challenging pala niya, ang hirap niya. Parang hindi ko alam kung parang ang hirap basta ang hirap ng ano ng K-drama adaptation or
Mm-hmm.
adaptation for that matter. But what's exciting about it is I love that yung alam mo yung ino-own natin how our actors are portraying these characters. And I love that we are filming in the South. We are presenting fairly new, well, mostly new locations na I think will be fresh sa mata ng audience.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, nandito tayo sa showcase the beauty of the Philippines. Tapos nun, maganda yung ano, yung parang excited ako na makita nila yung portrayal or version natin. Yon.
Direct, sanay ka na ikaw ang Netflix director sa Star
Well,
Creatives.
well, ngayon meron na rin sila. Nasimulan ko lang, but it's ano, it would be it's an honor na isa ako sa mga nauna.
Pangatlo na
And
yan, Direct.
ah,
Pangatlo na, di ba? Na see it first on Netflix kasi Too Good. Which, hindi
yeah,
naman Star Creatives nga pala ang Too Good. Tas Can't Buy, and then this
yeah.
one.
Too Good was the first na tie-up ng ABS with Netflix na
Netflix.
mauuna sa Netflix. And then sumunod yung CBML.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Nakakaano, parang syempre, 'di ba, parang well, I didn't choose naman na ano na kumbaga hindi ko dinemand yun, but salamat ABS-CBN for giving that to me. Salamat for at nasama ako sa proyekto na ganun. It's an honor to be one of the few directors na nagsimula pa lang dun sa na nagsimula nun. Yun.
Yeah.
So, honor siya. It's an honor. And, but it would be nice for more directors to also do it and for more collaborations with Netflix and not just Netflix, but other streaming sites.
Mm-hmm. Eto na lang direct, ano no, I guess last few questions. Una, parang how do you see yourself after It's Okay? Ano ba, continuous pa din ang paggawa ng pelikula? Are you slowing down anytime soon?
Well, alam mo, I have a contract, so I won't be slowing down.
Okay.
So, but, andun pa rin yung fire eh. Alam mo, mahal ko talaga ito. Mahal kong yung ginagawa ko. I'm very passionate about it. And thank God that the fire is still there because, di ba, the minute you lose the fire, ang hirap na eh, nagiging mechanical. So I'm so fortunate and I feel so blessed that, the projects that they're giving me, fire my passion or fire my, or parang keep me on my toes. I love that, um, marami pang kwentong makikwento, which is why I'm still here. And of course, what's after this? Continue telling stories. I'm hoping to venture into other projects na, um, like maybe my own concepts. But for now, with what I'm doing and with what's lined up, exciting and excited ako sa mga, kumbaga na, to continue doing this, to
Mm-mm.
continue directing, telling stories, and hopefully, I get to train or share this with future directors so that, because, we're not going to be here forever. And hopefully, I can pass on what I know, and see other directors also move forward.
Mhm. Horror direct, parang yun na lang hindi mo nagagawang genre.
Nag-horror ako sa TV once. Yung, I don't know if narinig mo yung show ng Nginig.
Oh yeah. Ah, you were part of
Nag-direct
it
ako
also.
doon. Nakapag-direct ako doon. Um, Alam mo, sa totoo, nag-enjoy ako gawin yung nginig, pero natakot ako.
Kasi based
Kasi,
on real life din yun eh.
oo. Kaya medyo afraid yung yung nginig. Kasi nga, nakakatawa nga yung pag kunwari, kunwari, didiscuss kami. Direk, gusto mo panoorin yung material, yung nakita yung mumu? Sabi ko, ayoko! Sabi ko, ayoko. Tapos sa gabi pa, papakita sa akin. Thank you ha, gabi. Wag niyo send sa akin yan na baka mabuksan ko. Kasi
Direk,
meron,
ikaw ba yun? Yung ano, kasi I remember, ito, this really haunted me when I was a child. Yung parang bar siya na abandoned. I don't know if it's Ozone or a different one. Tapos, nagpailaw, tapos may shadow na nakita.
OMG, hindi. Hindi ako yan. Hindi ko alam yan.
Okay.
Pero kung meron ako isang ginawa sa nginig. Tapos, yung eksena, yung babae, hinabol sa sementeryo. Kumaga, she was walking home. Tapos nun, she was raped and killed in the cemetery. Hinabol siya ng mga rapists, mga, I think, drug addicts sila. Tapos, kinunan ko yung shot na yung natagpuan na yung bangkay, yung position. Noong time na yun, wala pa akong mga research materials to base on. But, I just mounted it the way I imagined it. And then the producer told me, nung nag edit na daw siya, ay na nung nakita daw niya yung material, sabi niya, Direk, alam mo ba? I think pumunta siya sa set. Sabi niya, Direk, alam mo ba? Yung position nung pagka-block mo nung babae nung nahanap yung katawan, pareho nung picture dun sa dyaryo na nung na-dyaryo siya. It was the same shot. Sabi ko, nakakilabot naman. Ayoko ng mga ganyan, na. So anyway, on my way home, I am not kidding. May pakiramdam ako na may kasama ako dun sa loob ng van.
My
Sabi ko talaga,
God.
kasi nakahiga kasi ako dahil malayo yung biyahe. Out of town yung location. Kahiga ako, natutulog ako. Parang pakiramdam ko may nakatingin sa akin. Sabi ko, ayoko ng horror eh.
Diyos
Yung
ko.
mga ganyan. Kasi nga, real stories, kaya
Yes.
nakakatakot. But sa akin, nag enjoy ako gumawa ng mga ganyan. Kasi, ang challenging, yung, kumbaga parang manakot, yung shots mo, paano mo paplanuhin para manakot ka. Yun. So, parang ano siya, parang, it's challenging and exciting for me. Pero medyo
Mm.
pag-iisipan kong mabuti kung ano yung kwento at kung kaya ko dahil matatakutin ako.
Oo, at kung hindi based on real life, no? Kasi yun ang medyo intense
Correct.
eh. Di ba?
Oo.
Ito direct last, of course, your message to those who were affected, who were inspired, who were parang, yun nga, naging parte yung mga programa at pelikulang ginawa mo sa mga buhay nila, ng buhay nila.
Alam mo, um, syempre maraming nagsasabi, nakakarinig ako ng mga ganitong comments. Ha? Rom-com na naman? Or, ay, ano ba yan? Ang baduy ng mga teleserye. Or, ay, ang baduy ng ganyang mga mainstream na movies. Naku, ganyan. And syempre, nakakaano yun, nakaka-ouch, di ba? Dahil kasi
Yeah.
parang you give your heart and your soul when you do it. But when I get messages from people like you, that's how we met, who are
Yes.
so engaged, who appreciate what we do, and more so, people who have messaged me. I have received a message like this before na kayo yung director ng Anghel na Walang Langit. Sabi niya, um, yung tatay ko po nagda-dialysis nung panahon na pinapalabas yon and he was going through a lot of pain. But he would watch that daily and na-entertain siya dun sa show na yon. And it kept his mind off the pain. And sabi niya, and I honestly feel that my dad's life was like, yung tatay daw niya na-extend yung buhay dahil dun sa, meron siyang pinapanood that he looks forward to. I have a friend whose mom had cancer and she was depressed. Parang nade-depress siya dun sa sa state niya. And when Too Good to Be True was aired, na-hook siya. And then she looked forward to it. And she was a big fan of Lolo Sir. Eh ano siya, may staff din siya, ganon. So gusto daw niyang matawag na Lola Ma'am. So naging Lola Ma'am ang tawag sa kanya. And then towards the end of ng show namin, patapos na yun eh. The doctor told her that the cancer spread. So she was not eating, she was depressed. So humingi ako ng video kay Tito Ron, speaking as Lolo Sir. So, binidyo ko siya and then pinadala dun sa, sa mom ng friend ko. And when she saw it, she lit up and she started eating again. Kasi sinabi, oh, Lola Ma'am, ano ba? Ganon, ganon, mga si Tito Ron. And alam ko na to others, they don't appreciate it the way others do. But when I get messages like that, and when I feel that, you know, we're doing something good because of our shows, that we are inspiring people, enlightening them, or maybe, just made them happier even for a while and make them forget the state they're in. um, it validates that we're doing something good, that I'm doing something good, and that this is the reason why I do what I do. So, um, yun yung isa sa mga fires ko kung bakit ginagawa ko pa to. Because I know that there are people who need this. There are people who are inspired by this. In fact, there was a life that was saved because yung sa Too Good to Be True, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Yung
Oo.
dun sa stroke scene namin.
Yes.
So, it isn't just, getting them out of a sad state or like extending their lives na ganyan. It's actually saving a life. So, nakaka-educate, aside from inspiring people and entertaining people.
Wow. So, direct congrats din. Kasi nga, iba
Mhm.
yung effect eh. I mean, I think yun yung biggest reason to congratulate. Not just because of the 900 billion, the
Mhm.
number one on Netflix, but the lives that you've impacted and kung ano yung maganda ha, hindi pangit, kundi
Oo.
magandang naidulot sa mga buhay
Yeah.
nila. Kasi yun naman ang mahalaga, di ba ngayon, na parang mag-entertain ka lang ba? Paano naman yung effect? So, ang ganda kasi, especially with Rewind, if we have a chance to talk about it soon, di ba? Kasi ang ganda ng kwento niyan at the time pa ng
Yeah.
Christmas. Tapos,
Yeah.
at the time na maraming taong malungkot, maraming taong nawawalan ng hope. So, thank you, Direk, for being, what can I say, a responsible din. And, yung parang iniisip kung ano yung effect sa tao, hindi lang basta gumawa to entertain.
Mm. Well, kumbaga parang it has become my mission. Kumbaga parang kasi 'di ba, we can set goals like gusto ko manalo ng award, gusto ko ng ganito yung box office hit and all. Of course, those are, okay siya na, no, because syempre this is a business after all. But as a person, individually, parang what motivates me, it's the thought na I'm doing this for a purpose and I'm doing this for a reason. And sa totoo, it's not about me. It's about, others. The
Yes.
focus is not on me. Parang one day, I will also disappear from the face of the earth. And ang maglalast na lang is kumbaga, yung impact nung ginawa mo, did you make it a better place while you were there? Did you somehow try to make others feel or teach others about love, about compassion, about humanity and all because of the stories that you've told? Hindi na maaalala sino yung nagkwento, pero the lesson and how it's going to be passed on, yun ang iiwan mo.
Yes. And with that, Direct, thank you so much. A nice way to end our May Cruise series. Kasi ano to parang if I put this out, it'll be for a month. Then, oo.
Okay.
So, kasi ang sayang kung isang mahaba lang siya. So,
Oo
dami
nga.
ng pinag-usapan natin, di ba?
Correct. Ang dami natin
Yeah.
natsikahan.
But Direct, of course, anything that you want to promote, would you want to promote Rewind and all your shows in
Mhm.
Netflix and it's okay also your social media?
Well, it's okay to not be okay. Wala pa namang sinabi, hindi pa yata pwede sabihin kung
Wag
kailan.
muna. Ako din may
Yes.
idea na, but wag daw
Oo,
muna.
ako rin eh. So, but syempre things change. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's what we're working on, what I'm working on right now. And I would parang invite people to watch it when it comes out on Netflix and also syempre ABS-CBN at kung ano-ano bang mga affiliates namin. And also, ayun lang, watch out for others kasi hindi pa pwede sabihin yung iba.
So may nire-ready ka na rin direct na mga movies.
Meron sinabi na gagawin ko na next, pero hindi pa, kumbaga parang I'm still on It's Okay.
Yeah, oo.
So, parang until kumbaga 'di ba, things change naman eh. Minsan na-pitch na sa'yo, minsan sinabi ko gagawa and then biglang nagbabago. So, for now, nakaganyan ako sa It's Okay.
Yeah. Wow, Direk, exciting kung ano na naman ang mangyayari sa It's Okay. Again, thank you so much, Direk May, for saying yes, for devoting your time to, share these stories na I'm sure ang dami sa ating mga ka-rewind ang ma-excite at mapapa-rewind talaga sa mga pangyayari. Imagine, nakarating tayo na maging sino ka man, tunginig, di ba?
Oo
Ganong
nga eh.
level, ang
Ang
layo, di
luma
ba?
na.
Di ba? Pero thank you so much, Direk. And of course, sa lahat ng viewers natin, sa lahat ng listeners, follow nyo tayo sa ating social media accounts. And by this time, we have a website. So I hope you
Oh,
visit therewindchannel.com for other stuff. And of course, continue listening to us. And abangan ko ano pa ang mga aabangan natin dito sa ating Director Scott season. So for now, make sure to be kind, be blessed, and never forget. Here on Rewind, bye everyone and have a great day sa inyong lahat. Ako nahahappy ako kasi yung nakasama natin ngayon. I am so blessed to have him. First time namin mag-i-interviewhan ng ganito. First time ko din siya talagang na-meet kasi for some reason, most of his shows naman I was able to go to the press conferences. Pero hindi ko siya masyadong nakakausap in ang interview and sobrang big deal kasi lahat tayo, yung mga shows na dinirect talaga niya ay kumbaga patina ng pop culture and ng TV viewing habit natin. And we are so excited na mas malaman pa ang mga kwento sa likod ng mga telesereng ito na considered ng classics on Philippine TV katulad ng Villa Quintana, Ana Karenina at Sana'y Ikaw na Nga. At syempre, alam naman natin na ang GMA ay number 1 lagi sa afternoon slot. Kaya aalamin din natin ang mga kwento sa likod ng mga sine-novela at GMA afternoon prime shows sa kanyang ni Direk. So let's welcome first time here on Rewind, we have Direk Hill Tejada Jr. Hi, Direk!
Hi, Yumpy. Maraming salamat. It's an honor to be invited. At maraming salamat sa pag-consider sa akin. And Viva Spotlight, nagmamikey ako. And then, pumasok yung Ana Karenina after nung Villa Quintana.
Yes.
Kasi during that time, Viva is doing line production with GMA. I think there are around 8 shows, if I'm not mistaken, nung time na yon.
Napakadami nga. Yes.
Oo, daming shows ng Viva sa GMA, no? Kasi at that time, GMA was not yet equipped to do production na ganitong klase. So, they asked me to do a live production with them. Kaya doon nila ako nakita na pinagawa din nila ako ng mga shows din na isa lang kasi sila eh. May GMA Love Story sila noon, may Telesine.
Yeah.
Yun lang yung although yung Telesine
Black Timer din, di ba?
Black Timer yun.